That's gonna have to do on the waiting for it to load. Hey guys, and welcome to the Tuesday stream. We are playing Kerbal Space Program, if you couldn't tell from the loading screen. And unfortunately, I don't know why, I pressed load 5 minutes before 6 o'clock, and here we are, still loading. That is unusual, and I turned you completely down. How are you doing that? All right, well done on circumventing my previous mutings. How is everybody doing out there? We are playing Kerbal Space Program. As I said, we are supposed to be doing Kerbal Career Mode, but you might remember that we have a Jebediah Kerman out in the middle of the ocean, and I feel like it's time we did something with him. Yes, indeed. We can go through and do this in one of two ways. We can either make a copy of the world. I think that might be the way we actually do it now that I stop and think about it. Hey, Great Goat on Fire, how are you doing? Thank you for coming along and telling me that my other screen is not working. All right, brilliant. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well. I cannot have any complaints about what I'm talking about, mainly because, you know, I like to be happy and stuff. I'm trying desperately to get to my file structure in the background because I think we should copy out the world and then we can do some crazy things with it. Let's just make sure we're only using one file, and let's try and remember where everything is kept. I suppose it would have made more sense to go through my Steam files. Are we still loading well? I hope so. It's a real shame. I don't know what caused this. The thing that actually happened, yeah, like I say, I was loading stuff up. You're good. Okay, cool. I was loading stuff up, and you know, it takes a fair few items to load up to be able to stream. I've got to open up OBS. I've got to open up a web page. I've got to open up the game itself. I've got to open up CCAN just before that, and it turned out my computer was just like, nope, too much loading. I'm going to do these in sequential order rather than like some sort of more helpful order. Okay, so let's delete this one. You guys won't be able to see this, unfortunately. I'm going to delete one save. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just going to copy out this one. So copy, paste. It's not going to like this because I'm doing stuff at the same time as doing stuff. But 5 seconds seems like a great sort of timings there. We'll just call it sleds. That will be fine. How is the loading going? We are in. We are cool. Okay, awesome. Start game. Let's get rid of this. That is old. I really need to update that at some point. Hopefully somewhere we've got sleds copy. Okay, load this up. We're going to go play. The first thing I'm going to do is start cheating because I need some more money. I just need to be able to like experiment with stuff. You can't experiment with limited funds. I should not be drinking my energy drink. I should be drinking my tea because my tea will go cold, but my energy drink won't. Okay, here we are in the main screen. It's what we're here for. So, if we go into the vehicle assembly building, the main thing that I want to do. So I've got this kind of skit in mind. It's like a little cutscene, if you will, a little bit of footage of someone, and I think we'll leave who it is as a bit of a mystery, like recording over the shoulder and stuff like that. But someone alighting a rocket, maybe a solid booster, with a container. Do we have the storage containers? Let's have a look. Coupling payload. We should have somewhere. I don't know if any of these have inventory. That's what I want, the portable container. So we should be able to go, I don't know, this one, and then on the top of this there should be a little item. It's not one of those. Perhaps it's in payload. Hey, random. Hey, Wise, how you doing? To not super relevant KS, we're watching some people play around of Twilight Imperium, a 4X board game. Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. I'm all about that type of thing. So where is... Because there should be a connector to this, right? I can't remember where. Maybe it's in utilities. Yeah, this thing. The mount. So if we pop that on there, pop this on here. And can we get this to land anywhere close to Jebediah? That's a question. Maybe we'll stick one of these on here and one of... Oh, no, can we, please? One of that. And then, obviously, we want, like, 2 at the front because then that's, like, keeping the front out of the water more. And something like this. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave 1 AM here and your brain is shut down. Okay, cool. Plus setup time stuff. Wow, 8 hours 45, man. Honza Street, how you doing, buddy? Right, we are trying to build a weird thing today. Probably not going to be too much progress in the actual career mode, but we want to try and build a weird We're trying to build a cutscene, right? We're trying to build a cutscene. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, Jebediah is angled that way and that way. No, it's not going to really work for us like that. That and that. He's over there somewhere, right? Then let's put some fins on this. I wish I'd done that beforehand. Delta Advanced Winglet. That's actually quite a bit chunkier than I was expecting. Maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much. Let's try and put down some thinner wings. I mean, I don't want to just go with fins because they're pretty rubbish, but let's see where this ends up with. Are we going to end up blowing a Kerbal all the way backwards? Because we want someone who's coming in to light this, right? That's kind of something we want to do so that we can like set up some sort of storyline for the people who are with Jeb and the people who are against Jeb. Let's see how this goes. Let's go out there. We're going to make judicious use of the revert today. I know there's no remote control. Do I care? Is there a way of actually pressing start? What we can do is put this on. It's a bit crazy, but we could put it on. Oh, we can't put it on the port, the arm. We used to be able to. What? Used to be able to make that part. Okay, well, it looks like we're gonna have to. There's a bolt-on mission probe here. Oh wow, look how tiny this one is. Ooh, look at it. It's like tiny. I might use this. In fact, it's so small I've lost it. Where's it gone? All right, let's take that off. Let's put this one right on the end here. If I press Alt, it should just snap. No, okay, maybe not then. Did you write down all the suggestions for Jeb and Sobek's evil plan for... No, actually, honestly, I didn't write them all down. I have remembered as many as I can. Right, there, that's what we're after, just like that. And then this can also just sit on top. I only really want one. Would that work? I'm doing today we'll be doing a physical Olympiad. Wow, dude, that's a lot. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing very well, actually. Thank you. I quite like the idea of what we've got going here. Enjoying the storytelling, you know. All right, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Can we just trigger these at the right time? It would be nice if we just had this being like the word that I'm looking for is like full auto. I don't know if that's a thing we can do though. No, I do, however, I want to line this parachute up with the rest. Is that possible? Okay, let's try that. Let's save it. I mean, Untitled Spacecraft is a terrible name. What are we going to call it instead? Make you a Mary Soup, hi Chan. Well, anyway, hi Slice Pizza Pie, how you doing? We're trying to hit Jeb at the moment. Let's call this Jeb's package. Edge, there we go. And let's see how well we actually launch this off. One of my friends made some what for my merch? Nice. Anyway. Oh, my tea's getting cold. I've let it sit on the side far too long. Me and my friend made some cicasse for your merch. I'm not sure what a cicasse is, but you know. Alright, let's... Oh, look, we're not quite pointing in the right direction. Your bus broke down, so you're having a lovely out. That, yeah, sounds amazing, mate. Sounds amazing. Oh man, it's close. It's close. Let's just full throttle. Well, there's no need to full throttle. Go. Well, I don't think that's the winner, do you? More up and slightly more left. Okay, we're gonna do this a couple of times. We're gonna have to try and like brute force the right angles. That's cool. Man, your bus broke down. That sounds terrible. Were you stranded for long? Were you stranded for long? I hope not. or if you were that you had internet access or something. Let's also try and pull this up a little bit. That might be a little too much, but we'll see what happens here. Pull that up as well. Okay, cool. All right, let's see how this one does. And then we got to put stuff in the actual pot, and that's going to make it way more. We should probably actually do better than that. You're a Mickey D's. Nice, man, nice. I only really like chicken nuggets. I think their burgers are terrible. Oh, Mickey D's. Isn't that actually different? I can't remember. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, that's a bit better. It's a bit better. Still too far to the right. The range might be better though. How's it pulling back like that? I'm not touching anything on the keyboard, by the way. I'm just letting it fly its flight. Why are you pulling up so much? It's because of the SAS, right? No, look, it's trying to push down. So there's like maybe a fairing issue then. Looks like it would have been an alright range if we got that right. That's a very interesting outcome that I did not expect. Not sure what to do about that. So obviously we're going to click this another one that way. It's too much. Like there. Maybe bring it down a little bit. Like that. Let's see how this does. Save launch. We're basically just playing a little bit of Jeb Golf to begin with. How are we going to mock up someone coming along and launching this? Try limiting the throttle. Yeah, we'll see how this one play out because the aim was still a little bit off. In fact, if I now, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. All right, let's just go. See what we get. No, this one's much more nosedivey. Not even a little bit. Much more. So I put it down 2 clicks, or was it 3 clicks? Okay, first off, what's the smallest unit I can move this? Ooh, that way. Well, thank you. Something like that, right? It's almost like it's that's me pressing shift. Now that's not very helpful. That's not very helpful at all. Maybe we're gonna have to put a bit of extra guidance into this. Like, can either of them do target tracking? I don't think so. Let's have a look. So yeah, so this one just has stability assist. This one just has prograde and retrograde. I don't think this one has anything. Oh, I have got the other one open though. Let's have a look. Hey, please. Just want to hold you open. Nice. No, still no target follow. I wonder which one does, if any. We might have to put a fairing on it. Maybe we'll kind of fudge it, fudge it, and have some interesting camera angles to try and make it right. We could like take out. Oh my god, what? That ain't even gonna be close. This is 75% throttle limit. Yeah, I kind of feel like we need the punch. I going to sit here and continuously try this, or are we going to put some control on it? Last one before I'm like, okay, that's bad enough, and we'll try and put some control on it. I wonder how much steering I can have. Do you reckon just getting the fins being controllable will be good enough? Or do you think we'll need some SAS up front? A small rover with a jet rocket on the front that drives up to this rocket and ignites its own engine as a micro-sized lighter. I like it. That's what we're going to do. Also, this appears to be the right angle. Okay, let's try and fly this the best we can. Not sure if we can actually. Nah, any control that I try to do seems to turn it worse. Hey, buddy, how you doing? We are building a rocket to deliver some stuff to Jebediah. You remember that Jebediah got stranded relatively early on in the series, and you know that's good for me. I'm all about Jebediah getting stranded. Let's try adding some control, like flight control. But we're gonna build a bit of suspense and mystery in the series by having someone going to help him against my wishes. How dare they? That's pretty horrific. I like it. Let's try it. Let's save it, launch it. Operation Apple Pie. Need some control surfaces. Okay, yeah. I also like the idea of the tiny rover that's gonna come up. If only there was a bit of footage of like a Kerbal pushing a controller, like a remote control, then we could build a tiny little RC car. That would be hilarious. All right, go. Oh, I hit the side. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, nose diving like a champ. Okay. Need some front control surfaces. Kerbal on a small rover, yeah. Maybe pixelate their face out. Where are... Somewhere in here. There should be some pretty decent canards. I don't think I've got them yet. That's unfortunate. So I copied out my my career save to have a play around with a bunch of designs without any fear of like destroying stuff. Not that I would ever destroy stuff. I mean, why would you guys even think that? I mean, that looks horrific. Let's try it. Is there a way of re-gripping this with that? I mean, there is. Don't know if it's a particularly great way though. Wasn't a twisted butter pie. Why not make a plane? But also, it kind of looks like you know, a thrown together inside job, not something that's anywhere near sanctioned by the space program. Because I'm not sanctioning this, but okay, let's try that. It looks horrific. Might be it. Might be the winner. I've got 75% limit on the booster. Should probably open that back up thinking about it. And put that on a test and didn't revert it. The pie isn't sanctioned by any space program. I don't know. Which space program would sanction the use of pi as an orbital launch mechanism? We're way out. Might need to reorientate the probe core somewhat here. There's level to me, but that's not level to the probe core. So this is much better. Much, much better. Pretty active flying though. And active flying generally means I can't get good camera angles or many camera angles. Ah, is it overshot? It is going to overshoot, isn't it? Okay, so we need to take out the first chunk of solid fuel. Oh, actually, we need to make it weigh more and see if that helps. Okay, alright, so next thing we need to work on is what goes in the piece at the top. So we've got this storage container, which we should be able to go, bam, inventory, right? Now we can put a whole bunch of stuff in here. What goes in here? Something that Jeb can make. Like, can that go in there? No, how about this? Max volume reached, okay. What's the smallest thing we got? That. Okay. What about... like you? Can you go in there? Okay, we could put a probe core in there. I want pi, but not pi. I get it. Okay, so we'll put the probe dyne in there. That's a great idea. Are there any structural parts that we could put in? I've got a feeling this is too big. Ooh, look at that. Cool. So, okay, so we got that and we got that. How about the Juno? Can a Juno fit in there? Yes. How about an air intake? We might be able to provide Jeb a form of travel. And now we need to get some fuel tanks in there, right? Wheels are also a good idea. Let's have a ground. I mean, we need to get 4 in, really, or at least 2, right? I want to. Ah, no, we're over the volume. Let's get rid of that. 2 wheels? We can do 2 wheels. Where's my tiny fuel tank? What about one that's just got liquid in it? Okay, that's over the volume. So we're going to have to take that and just make do. I'm not 100% convinced that we can actually turn this into a workable thing. We're going to go and test that next. We need a power source. Tell me that can go in there. Yeah, source of power. Can we get a tiny battery in there? That would also work out quite well for it. Okay, I mean this is coming together as quite a fine little kit. Oh wait. He needs to be able to put it back together. There we go. All right. Okay, let's hang a crew cabin off the bottom of this. You forgot seat. Oh god, I have forgotten a seat. The problem is we don't have seat. I don't think. Let's have a look. Pods. And I'm not going to be able to drop that in there, am I? No. Let's go see what Jeb's got, shall we? Let's go see what Jeb's got. Let's save this. How do we get in the seat? Where is the seat on the... tech tree? Seat. Not in there. Not in there. Not here. I would have thought it would have been somewhere around, like command modules, field site. Wow, look how far in. And that's further than we can get at right now. go have a look at Jeb and see what he's got access to. Now I forgot to give him a tool to begin with. Oh, tail stroke. You not landed? Oh, you're landed back there. Ah, I forgot that we got to deal with you at some point. Well, let's have a look at Jeb. If we drop him the equipment, what's he going to be able to do? So this is what Jeb has got. Do you think we'll be able to attach a probe core and a jet engine to this? Is that something we can even do? He's doing alright for snacks though, isn't he? He's out through that, and he's out through. Oh, he's over halfway. This is why we needed to give him a way out. Okay. So let's try setting something up. Let's space center. I'd need air. We've got air intake on the thing. The package being the thing that I'm talking about. Yeah, no, indeed, great. It was a good call. Great on fire. I'm always up for people double checking what I am doing. I mean, we could just fire it. Let's just fire it at him. Let's just fly it at him and see what we can do. Because this is a copy of the world. It's not the actual final take. Yeah, we'll see what goes down. See what goes down. I would really like to be able to just like attach stuff to his little craft, and then the problem is I don't think much is radial mount that we put in there. Let's have a look. Open Jeb's package. What do we have inside here? This best be full of stuff. It is full of stuff. Okay, let's just send it to him and see what happens. It is indeed a copy of the world. Hey, EA, and then lots of words that I can't read. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. We are currently... So I have been playing a career mode, but I also like to put little cutscenes and sketches and stuff like that inside the report, if you will, the mission report. And so we're working on that right now. I have Jebediah stranded out in the middle of the ocean on purpose. I don't like Jeb. I think he jumps into the main seat far too often. He doesn't give anyone else a chance, and I don't like that. So we stranded him out here, and we're going to make a little cutscene put together that looks like someone is trying to help him. Did I? Oh, I missed it. Wow, Jojo, man. Whatever. All right, 3, 2. You can tell I don't. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, launch is strong. And looks like we should be able to fly this, even if it is a little twisty. That's fine. We'll live with it. Orbit surface. Oh, I meant to cut out a bit of the solid fuel, but I suppose as we are a little bit heavier, should be fine. And plus, if I stay down in the thick atmosphere, it should be relatively easy to slow down. Oh yeah, we definitely need to chop fuel out. Too much though. He's gonna rip from aerodynamic forces. No, I reckon we could probably get this landed at him. I reckon we can rip it around. Yeah, look at this. Now the real question is, are we gonna crash? Are we gonna hit the floor too hard? Could you use BDA or something else with autopilot so you could film the thing smoother? Maybe. Also, like, camera tools would also help out immensely here and stuff like that. But now that we've got this flight profile down, this is half the battle won, right? I need to make it so that these fins and stuff don't drag me in the other direction, but I've got nothing but SAS to try and steer with, which means we are going that way, which is not the direction I want to be going. I suppose I could cut one of these top ones here. I mean, this is just a test, right? Just a test. Are we doing all right? Are we doing all right? I think we're doing all right. SAS, all right, there goes the power. That's fine because we didn't want that much power. I would have liked to really kept it controlled all the way down, but you know, last moments, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, what we really want is something like Kerbal Operating System. Notice my nose pivoted down far too much there. I'm expecting to lose a lot of stuff here. 7.2 meters per second is very, very hard. I'm not sure if the container can take it, but we'll find out. I'm hoping that the tail strike is going to hit first, the tail section, sorry. We seem to be leveling out a little bit, but 7 meters per second, 200 meters to go. It's going to take a little while just to plummet this small distance here. All right, where's Jeb? Where's Jeb? Are we... Oh, we're less than 200 meters away, but that's swimming distance. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? All right, 10 seconds to go. And we find out whether it even survives. Look at the quality of that water, though. I think it's going to be quite horrific. Next. Did we lose the only thing we need? What? The only thing we lost was the thing we wanted to keep. Everything else is fine. Revert. We need more smaller parachutes, right? Let's take that big one off the front. This one here. Put that there. And then put some dry... Oh, no wonder. Look at the jaunty angle of those wings. Let's just straighten that up. There we go. That should help us. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Is that level with the probe core? That's level with the probe core. The rear fins aren't. Would a fairing help? I was wondering about that, but at the same time, I kind of want it obvious what's on top. If we cover everything in a fairing, we end up not telling the story, right? And that's kind of the main part here, is telling the story of some Kerbal coming along and giving Jeb a helping hand. Something like that should make that a little bit better. All right. I can't believe we blew up the only thing we needed. I can believe that. I can totally believe that. That's... I've been trying to make a jet for the revived FJS. I don't know what FJS is, mate. And tweaking the AI is a mess. Okay, So, we start with like a spinning shot of this thing, alright? With cuts going over the top of someone in a little revy car over there with an engine on top. Fighter jet showdown. Okay, cool. With a little revy engine over there. Something then trundles over. Lights this up. We hit go. And try and fly this bad boy over there. Easier said than done, as always, but... Revert vehicle. We're gonna do the chop down of the fuel, so I don't have to do that weird like lift up maneuver at the end. Right, you solid fuel. Just down the one. That is literally all it needs. Of course, we've just made it lighter, so it's going to take less fuel to get over there, and welcome to rocket science, but save this. Let's go over thusward, switch the editor and make a new thing. I want something like... What would be a good cockpit? What screams deceit and espionage at you? This one, maybe? Deceit and espionage. What comes out the back? Haha! Sepratron, of course, of course. It's a shame it's so small. Can we tweak the scale up? We can tweak the scale up. Look at this. So what we could do, and this is totally hacks, of course, but we're telling a story, and that's the important thing. Point it up thuswards. I kind of don't like the exposed strut there. Maybe we could do 2. Maybe we could do 2. Let's put together just a craft that drives. That's probably a good start, right? It's nothing quite like going, oh yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that, and then suddenly finding out that actually all your plans are terrible. I've done that a few times now. Is this the only powered wheel we've got? Is this the only thing that's going to allow us to actually drive with any semblance of control? Well, in that case, I think what we're going to do is pull this down a little bit. And squeeze it in. And then, like, that can just be hidden amongst the landing gear, right? Let's just reset this. You know what, that's nearly perfect straight off. I just kind of want to click it down one little click like that, and then we copy that into the back. And I need a new flag, actually, a flag of someone going shh. that would be good. That would be good. We need a cap this. What do we even have? What do we even have? I mean, we could fairing it and just not bother, or we could. I mean, what's this water ballast tank like? Oh, we could use that instead. Yeah. Hopefully it's empty still. Yeah, full of compressed air. That's fine. But we'll be lighter. Come off of there. Oh, all right, fine. Be part of that. That's fine. If that's what you want, we'll go with it. Why not? What could go wrong with it? Windows key is not the button. No, I want. Control Z and grab a copy of this one. So, what do people think about black holes not being primordial? Sorry, dark matter not being primordial black holes. Wow, I really butchered that sentence. The problem is, black and dark, too close to each other. So there was a science experiment done over the past course of, I don't know, a couple of months or so, where people were watching Andromeda, looking for, you know, little twinklings that happen when a tiny black hole goes in front of the stars. Did I put that drink away? Oh, that's a shame. And you would have expected, for the time that they were looking, about 1,000 hits. 1,000 stars should have twinkled, given the volume and how much black holes weigh, how much dark matter should weigh. You should have expected like something like 1,000 hits. They had 1. So if dark matter is somehow primordial black holes, there's, you know, something very wrong with a system somewhere. So it's probably not. Let's just see if this drives. Does this even drive? Again, no seats, buddy. No seats. We've got to unlock a lot of stuff before the seat is available. Load it, load it. All right, nice. It's not going to be built. I don't know who it's going to be, but it's not going to be built. What we should be able to do is hold this open and then be like looking over his shoulder. Yeah. I can barely tell who it is, right? And then we can have like the payload on the back here. All right, first off, does it drive? Yes. Sort of. I'll take sort of right now, though. Okay, I don't want these to steer. Don't even want these to steer, really, do we? We want hard brakes on the back, soft brakes on the front. This is all stuff we should do inside. But it's the very thing that stops the galaxy spinning apart. I mean, yeah, I know it sounds a little distant, but it kind of tells the story of where the universe is going to end up. I suppose, you know, we're only going to stay here for 80 years, so what does it matter to us? Because knowledge. All right. This works. This works. Revert to space plane hangar. How hard is it to change a Kerbal's face with a mod? If I had texture replacer installed and I had a texture to replace it with, then quite easy. But until those two conditions are met, more difficult. It's really having the texture. I'm not an artist. Not an artist. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's then move this up and in. Up, back. And then maybe make these connect here. Or how about touching each other like that? Yeah, that works, right? That kind of works. We have this over the side. Alright, let's make some lasting adjustments. So this is torchbearer. I don't know how to spell bearer. We'll go with, yeah, we'll go with that. Bara, but Bari. Yes, I want to overwrite that. Okay, cool. Who are we putting in? It's got to be someone who's not got the orange suit, right? Maybe Gilly. Because Bob and Bill very much fed up with Jebediah, right? I would imagine so, anyway. Covering the driver's face with a mask would be pretty neat at the hidden double agent at the KSC. Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Torchbearer. Alright, let's press this, hide all of that. It's a bit weird looking through it all, but like that point of view. Let's get it recording for a sec. Oh, hey Luna, how you doing? How you doing? Why has it moved me off of there? Okay, alright, here we go. Kerbal. We are setting up a recording. There we have stranded Jebediah, as I'm sure you're aware. I have stranded Jebediah out in the midst of the ocean because I don't like him, and I'm going to try and make it look like someone from the inside is working for him, and is going to send him a package of stuff, because that's what we need in life, right? It's a package of stuff. This is going to take a while to record, though. The long slog is long. Okay, there is something on the launch pad over there, right? That's the fuel tower and the flag. We actually need to go back to the main one, don't we? All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Now that we've got all the pieces in place, let's leave anyway. Yeah. This should be relatively easy. So we want to resume the real game. Sleds. Here we go. Got the recording running. That's the important part. We're going to start by placing down Jeb's package at the launch pad. We then go back to the space center. As soon as it loads. I'll be going through the VAB because I think I need to use a different mod to open files from a different save. Put in for this very reason. I knew early on in the game that I'd want to do stuff like this, so I did it for that reason. So from current save, no, but from Sled's copy, we should have Jeb's package. Let's load that. Make sure there is stuff in the inventory. Yeah, not sure what he's going to be able to do with that, but we'll see what he can do. Save it, launch it, and then we'll just kind of leave it there. If you played some real bad Metal Gear sound-like music. Bike horns or something. Oh, that's got to... If you can find the music, I will totally put it over the edit. Of course, you know, trying to find copyright-free stuff might be a little bit of a hassle. Okay, so F2. Get a nice, slow, spinning shot of it. I'll probably even slow down this footage. Okay, nice. Back to the Space Center. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Hold on, guys. Honestly, I'm not sure what I was thinking putting it away. Alright, I'm back. Hi. Copyright-free stuff is very much the hard. Like, you just kind of have to make it yourself, basically. And then if it still gets copyright strike, you'd be like, but it's a parody, and make complaints like that. And, you know, after all the money has already been made for someone else, you get your rights back. Okay, space plane hangar. So we need to put the torchbearer out. Get some decent over-the-shoulder footage of this. Open. Let's copy. My spelling shames me. Okay, so that's good enough. This is going to need like power at some point or something, right? I don't know if I want something with lights on it. Something like that. Kind of looks a little bit added to the system as well. Okay, and then we want to send not Bill but Gilly because he's in. We'll change what he's dressed in as well. Hey Jackson, have I eaten pasta today? No, not yet. I'm doing pizza later, actually, not pasta. I had pasta yesterday. I eat pasta a lot, to be fair. How about you, Jackson? How often do you eat pasta? I think it's unusual if I hit more than once a day. In fact, I can't think of any time that I've had pasta for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm sure some people out there do, but just not me. Okay, so if we press the F2, what's a good shot here? Something like that. Yeah, this shot will do. YouTubers talking about food is kind of... people asked. I'll talk. Why, you sort of manorexic, buddy? You're not into food. Three times daily. I mean, pasta is strong. I mean, what do you do for breakfast pasta? Like bacon. What's it when you put it in between two sheets and crimp the edges? Tortilla. No, I was nearly there. Not tortellini, is it? No, I can't remember. Anyway. Different shapes of pasta, whatever. Okay, so this is probably like one of the shots I'm going to be cutting over the top of it, right? A pasta omelette. Dude, that's
disgusting.
Yeah, that's all types of wrong. Oh look, we can see it off in the distance. There's the craft I'm headed to. There's an AoE commentator that talks about how much he loves salmon all the time. I mean, like, everyone's got to have a passion, right? If yours just happens to be salmon, and, you know, fair play. Fair play. Okay, locked camera, definitely the view that I want here. Okay, where is the crawler way? How am I going to be able to drive this through where I want to be? This is the question. How are we going to fire the other rocket without this exploding? Are we going to be able to? Is there president here? I don't know. Whoa. Man, they really don't make this place flat, do they? Have I heard of Starfinder? What, the way that satellites keep themselves orientated? Or are we talking about a YouTuber? Because no. To be fair, I don't really watch a lot of YouTube. Well, no, I do watch a lot of YouTube, but not a lot of YouTube gaming, which is very much to my detriment. I'm like constantly trying to like find people to do stuff with, but I'm not like enough connected with how to find new stuff. It's crazy. Oh, it's basically D&D in space. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds really cool. I've heard of many systems that do use like sci-fi elements. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. I'll look it up, buddy. I'll look it up. Starfinder. Because we're supposed to be expecting some like an RPG from Bethesda soon, right? Something like that. Okay, the footage is good so far. The balanced casters and non-casters pretty well. Sweet. Okay, I need to like make a save here. Luckily, the text is hidden because we're in F2. Okay, let's press F2 quick. Let's put the full brakes on. Is that even close to actually lined up? It's not. We'll cut to another shot now. I'm going to line this up. Right, can I... We're going to quick save. We quick saved. Okay. What I want to do is press space, press across. Oh, that's so close. That's no good. Is that... I don't know. Let's try it. Let's. We got it quick save, so let's just do what we can, right? So we fire that. Of course, it would push it in the wrong. Of course, a rocket would push it, wouldn't it? Good job we got that quick save. That made me laugh. What's a better way of doing this then? I mean, do we just launch it from here? F2. No, not you. Well, we could just launch it from there, and then as long as I play the noise right, the engine noise in the background, it should match up. Yeah, I didn't see it coming either. I am pretty good there. Let's actually get this. Take off. Works for me. Okay, looks like it's steering. That's good. Oh, we kind of missed. That's fine. We can correct this, I think. I would like to correct this. Thank you. Right, press F2 again. Oh no, I'll lose my target marker. Let's not do that. Coming in with the last second swoops just to make sure we land somewhere close. And then can we get the sunset shot? I mean, kind of, like that. There we go, beautiful. Where's Jeb during all this? Can we get our nose down at all? I'm not going to fall for that trick again of... I feel like once again we are travelling backwards though. Minimal drift, we're alright. Come on, touch the floor and be safe. That. Or do I put the cheats on so it doesn't blow up? Nah, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. This is actually in the save, so I suppose I can't. Oh, Kerbal Plummet program. We are falling to the floor. Alright, it's finally starting to make out detail on the surface of the ocean. If we try really hard, we can make out Jeb over there. See, bottom left? That's nice, that's nice. Wow, taking shots is long. Then we're going to have to swim Jeb out, grab all the stuff, see what we can attach to his craft. I'm wondering whether we can take some of the spent stuff away. Like, obviously he's got a parachute on there that he can't use. And things like that. Okay, I mean that works. That works. Let's cross over to Jeb. There it is over there, look. Okay. F2, F5. Very important. Let's get Jeb out. EVA away. And swim the 600 meters over there. Oh man. Moving at, oh, looks like 0.1 meters a second. That sounds painful. Even at double speed, oh, it's still painful. I need a way of resting this like this and walking away. Looks like a new dawn for Jeb. Nice. This is exactly why we're sending him these bits, so he can build something that's not just death. Did you see the ripples on the side of my screen there? That's interesting. You would have thought they would have pushed the scatter effect out a little bit. Man, I mean, is he even traveling that distance? Is that even right? I think it might be. Well, 500 meters is a long way to swim, whether you've got a spacesuit on or not. So go. You heard any space news this week? I'll be honest, the primordial black holes is pretty much all I've got. I went to have a look. Obviously, you got the Indian satellite that everyone's talking about, and you know that is a great tragedy for the Kessler effect that may or may not be hitting. Wow, we're literally watching the sunrise over our backs. Let's slow this down. Can we now stop this, turn around? Oh, look at that, beautiful. And then we swim like this. Well, he's trying. I'm surprised at the look of that sun. Unless it's tracking perfectly with the moon right now, there's a little bit of a problem. What Indian rocket did you not hear? Sounds like looks like the sun from Dark Souls 3. So the Indian rocket, they put a satellite in low Earth orbit, and then they were like, look, we can shoot this with a missile. Pew! 1,000 pieces of space junk later, everyone's like, guys, why did you even do this? And they're like, but we're one of 4 nations that can do this. It's like, yeah, but you failed last week. So yeah, I mean, it's great that they can do it, and it's good for like political posturing, but you know, it's meh. Okay, let's see how close we are. Still distance. Halfway, maybe? I really thought I'd I got us closer. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. So yeah, and the problem is not so much that, you know, they've created a bunch of space junk. It's in low Earth orbit, right? That's like the most busy part of space. Like, fair enough, space is huge, massive, mind-bogglingly, bendingly big, right? But the space around Earth isn't that great. Seems like a tragedy of the commons scenario. Yeah, that's the one where everyone lets their cattle graze too much, right? One does some and then another does more. Yeah. Oh man, this swim is life. Swim is yes. Swim is win. I'm sure somehow. So we've been swimming for 10 in-game minutes. Not quite that in real life. I would guess at about 3.5. God, could you imagine actually being stranded so far away that all you can see are the tops of mountains, and then someone crashes something near you and you're like, what's that? I'm gonna go check it out. I mean, like, imagine being like a guy stranded on the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, like this happens. You know, people get lost at sea and stuff. And then, like, whilst you're stranded literally in the middle of nowhere, a spacecraft comes and crashes down near you. He clearly has a will of iron and a swim of slow. I mean, the swim is slow, man. I wonder if there's a race of mer people out at Point Nemo, the furthest point from land, that are making a living salvaging all the spacecraft that we destroy there. Kessler syndrome is an intervention by the US government to make global warming a less bad thing. Yeah, I mean, I've also heard these things are going to go down. I would much rather we put out a solar shade a little bit further away than clogged up the orbit, you know? Because we don't necessarily have to put stuff in Earth orbit for it to affect Earth, right? That's the wonderful thing about like light rays and straight lines and stuff. We could just put something in L1? L2? I can't remember which one is in between us and the sun. Okay, finally, here we go. We are here. It hasn't really got through the time we had allowed for the Minmus project, though. Okay. Inventory. Inventory. You. And now can we get everything else? We need the probe core. We need the fuel. Look at it getting lighter. Oh, am I getting heavier? No, I'm not. Oh, oh we can... Oh. 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 Okay, so what's important? The probe core, the solar panel, the battery. I really wanted like the air intake. Okay, I can take that. The engine can't go. The liquid fuel can't go. Okay, all right. We are one thing. Okay, all right. Well, oh. Oh. Why did I swim down? Okay, that's fine. I really thought we were in trouble there. So that's not a thing we can do. Okay. Okay. Remove the helmet. You're right, Jeb. How's it going? Keeps looking like he's drowning. There's got to be a way of doing better. Like, I wonder if we can put stuff back and then just like carry the case. I'm terrified. Let's do a quick save of losing the stuff. Okay, right click, equip. Item can only use with the repair skill. Crazy. We're gonna have to send an engineer out to be in exile with him. So we'll just deploy then, right? Damn it. We literally need an engineer. Climb, you fool, climb. Interesting. Did he just get knocked unconscious by the water? Yeah, we're gonna have to send an engineer over at some other point. Oh well, c'est la vie. We're gonna have to engineer. We're gonna have to create a situation where we send an engineer away, like make him betray us or something. The baddies didn't realize Jeb. I'm up to until it was too late, and now I have to scramble. Yeah. Yeah, pull that. Okay, right. Well, there's a little footage. We'll leave him right here for now. Or do we take him back 600 meters distance? We'll leave him right here for now. Space Center. Oh, Jeb needs to go back, else he's gonna starve. If Jeb starves, he's going to come back, and I don't want that to happen. That is the last thing, literally the last thing I want to happen. Okay, so I'll stop recording. I send Jeb back into the craft. Oh, it took 10 minutes. No problem, right? I'm surprised we're at like day 103 by now. It's I thought it'd be less. That there. Alright, ×3 is our winner. Build a plane that crashes and an engineer bails out with more stuff to help Jeb. Yeah, something like that. So we need a mission that goes to the island airport or something like that. That's cool. We can engineer that. I need to stop using the word engineer to mean both a type of Kerbal and a situation that we make happen. Man, the water is beautiful. It's a shame it doesn't react like water, eh? It looks amazing. Okay, so what's the next move? We're going to have to go have a look in the mission control center, decide what the next mission's going to be. I'm feeling something to Minmus. What about you guys? We've already got... No, hey Zed, how you going? It is very good looking water. I agree. We just rediscovered something that Callum had actually told us beforehand, but I had completely forgotten about until I tried to equip Jebediah with the screwdriver, and it went, nah, you don't have the repair skill, you can't do that. I was like, ah. So despite all the time that we spent just setting up a decent skit, and we have got a decent skit, and it's going to end with a bit of a punchline, it's still not got us in a situation where we can move Jeb out. So I think we're going to have to... make a crazy Jeb groupie, something like that. Some girl engineer that's like, oh Jeb. No, you don't have that plan. I mean, we can make a boy. I mean, they're indeterminate gender anyway, right? Or we build him a love robot. No, but something like that. Hey Zed. No? Do you not like the idea of sending him someone who's just like, hey, we do need to send him an engineer of some description. Someone who is equally worthy of the exile. Exile is the word I was looking for. I have lost my chat screen because I looked away for a second. I swear my phone has got like eyeball tracking or something like that. It doesn't. It's far too old. Far too old. So what's your take on the dark matter not being primordial black holes, Zed? Do you care? Do you not care? You're just going to wait for the physicist to sort the maths out and then use it when it happens? I thought it was very interesting the way that they tested it. Send Barbara, maybe. Clearly a cultist that worships Sobek. Bam, great go on fire. Okay, so we need to set up a ritualistic sacrifice spot where one of the engineers is trying to sacrifice a scientist to Sobek to try and give them more fuel. You're waiting for the Event Horizon picture. Yeah, super up for that. But you know, they've been teasing us with that since like November. And they're like, yeah, soon, spring, right? Spring. It's like, why are you even telling us now? Just tell us when you got all the information together. But we need to wait for the information to come back from Antarctica. Yeah, well, tell us then. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good PR thinking about it. Like, we're still talking about it. We're still like, yeah, we're going to get a picture of Sagittarius A star. Great. And we're going to be hugely disappointed because it's going to be a radio picture, right? I think that's what they're doing it with. It wasn't optical. I remember that much. Maybe microwave. They already know it looks better. They don't know how to tell the public. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Man, this is a long swim. Okay, so how are we going to make a ritualistic sacrifice table? And more importantly, how are we going to get it to look dodgy? Like, how are we going to get a scientist on the table? We can probably equip something in an engineer's hand to make it look like some sort of sacrificial implement. Well, they're trying to Photoshop out help me messages written on the black hole. Yeah, maybe. Well, it's one of the ways that people say like messages are most likely to be shared is like natural phenomenon that have been messed with ever so slightly. This isn't my hatchway in. How do I get in? Where's my way in? This one? Oh, there is definitely a board there. There we go. Right. Okay, well, that's a bit of a shame. Let's get back to the Space Center. Some sort of biting machine. Oh, I see. For Sobek. Yeah, do we... Have I unlocked... the words that I'm looking for is docking ports, because with docking ports we can make a hinge. Why is this? Torchbearer, let's recover that. It should be for full 100% value. Nice. Alright, gonna have to think on that. Yeah, Sobek is a crocodile god, you are right. Okay, so we've made lots of stuff before in the past. Let's see if we can just create something again. Let's go to the structural parts. Ooh, it's not looking great. We might actually have to go to a sandbox for this. We don't have the right parts. Where's the coupling? I mean, we do have some clampertrons. That's a decoupler? No. This is what a decoupler looks like. Like, I would like to use that as a bed, you know? Like, we put the engine plate down, we kind of turn it that way, and we'll have, like, this on the floor. Can we? Thanks. Have this, like, on the side here. Not that way, but... like that, and it kind of looks like a sacrificial plate, right? Oh, look at this. Variant, medium, short, long. It's interesting. So I can change scales. Still not quite what I'm after, though. Oh, we were going to go see what the next mission was as well, right? I'm gonna have to think long and hard about how to make an engineer seem dodgy, like how to build the sacrificial plates and stuff like that. Maybe at the temple. It's an idea. It's an idea. Right, what do we have active right now? Explore the Mun. We still haven't done that. Move a satellite and experiment at the grassland. Oh, let's bring them home. Let's bring them home. We want to go F9, start that going. We've got some... Today's a bit slow. Yeah, so we're trying to put together a video, but now that I've got more ideas, we're going to bring Tailstrike back home. Or it's not going to let me. Why not? There we go, fly that. Yeah, unfortunately, the plan that I had for the sketch video has literally just fallen on its face. You turned up just as I was discovering that there is a vital part right at the end that we couldn't complete, which is why we're trying to figure out how to get the engineer in, and that's the bit that I've not planned out in any way. I hadn't thought about it, so now I'm trying to like scramble for ideas at the same time. So we get a flyer plane instead. What I really want to know is how do we get these guys to purchase the desert airfield? It doesn't appear to be something that we can open. If I come into here and we go to settings, hit the custom difficulty options, what I'm looking for, this allow other launch sites. Can I change that? Accept that. What happens now if I go Space Center? Let's see where that's coming from. Because we're probably just going to fly this guy back home. But now that I've like gone there and touched it, I'm going to say that, hey, look, this is now my time that I can use these things for like Kerbin-based stuff. I think that's a good way of wording it, really. Oh, loading screens, come on, my buddy. Let's do this. Thanks. So, if I go in here now, is the bit underneath active? By the bit underneath, I mean on the launch button, there's a little drop-down menu that you can have sometimes. Yeah, okay, so there's the desert launch site, okay. You know what, Zed, I've not... have you had any ideas about what we're going to be recording next? No. Like, do we want to stick with a similar vein of game? Because we could do something like Osiris New Dawn or something like that. My player career, it was a bit aimless to begin with, but I think we managed to pull it together by the end. We don't need you to... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, so now that we got that, let's use the runway. Let's use this runway. Let's turn the brakes off. Oh, wait. Forward thrust, please. Thank you. We had this problem last time. We don't need to stick to the same thing. No. We don't need to at all, do we? The real quick. Like, what decent multiplayer games are there at the moment? Ooh, that was a bit bumpy. Okay, that wasn't quite what I was expecting. I don't have anybody to repackage it. Oh dear, my game may have just crashed. Oh wait, I actually may have. Okay. That's not great. Let me save the recording. Oh, bye. Yeah, so I couldn't repackage it because I didn't have an engineer. Where is my window? Well, to be fair, we had been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks without a Kerbal crash. And how convenient that it happened after I actually crashed. I think you should be able to recover from there because it is now your base. Yeah, I think that might be a plan. Beyond Earth is a few years old, but kind of neat. I don't know Beyond Earth. Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing with I should be able to launch there. All right, now we're going to find out exactly how long this takes. Last count, it was 3 minutes. Or maybe 3 minutes to spop up. Sid Meier's Space Civilization. Okay, yeah, cool. Oh, yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, that was old, man. Yeah, I didn't realize you. Wow, that's like 10 years old or something. Yeah. I'm down with that. Are you actually gonna load Kerbal? You gonna sit there and be like, oh, the new one? Oh, I must be thinking of the old one then. Because there was one to go. It was like after Civ 3, Civ 4, they did Alpha Centauri, and then you had one that followed on from that as well. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Try Satisfactory when and if it gets released on Steam. Yeah, I've got a feeling I'm going to have explored everything by then, unfortunately. Oh, loading. Okay, here we go. I mean, do we want to do survivals? Do we want to do... Space something or other, right? Always. Alpha Centauri and Alien Crossfire are really good. Okay, cool. But kind of not great to play. Is there a little contradictory there? They're good but not great. Well, I suppose good but not great is a thing. That's fine. Man, this load is real. The video and audio files are great. Okay, I see. So like cutscenes and the storyline stuff like that. It's pretty good. That's cool. I'm trying to think of like what games have even come out this year so far. Not a great number. Normally I would like turn to Steam at this point, see what releases have been out, but I am loading, and loading is horrendous for trying to check stuff out. $2,462 patches. Normally it's then and 4 warnings, and I wanted to know what those 4 warnings were, but it was done. Learned what a paradigm shift was 10 years before they talked about it in uni. Yeah, I mean, like, paradigm shifts are just, it's one of those standard sayings, you know, when something comes along and just upends everything. Paradigm shift. Yeah, I like the games that don't dumb it down. I think that's what we're getting at here. It's definitely a thing. It's like sci-fi as like a book genre or whatever. They expect you not to have a bit of pre-knowledge already there, but have the interest to go and check stuff out if you don't know what it is already. They kind of expect a little bit of effort from you, and that's great. I'm all down for that. All down for that. It's like reading a scientific journal or something, right? Sometimes you need to go and look up the words, but you know what? You're going to get some new information by the end of it. That'd be amazing. All right. Load complete, maybe. I've just got a copy of it, actually, Risk of Rain 2. I've not played it yet. Start game, resume saves. Let's go see whether that craft is still in one piece or not. Tail strike, landed at Curvin. Nice. Do we want to roll this somewhere to be a bit more like, and then we recovered this? Let's press an F5. I mean, I kind of just want to nail it and leave, you know? I'm not sure if that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, I've got Surviving Mars, but as you say, single player only. If we can use this to actually take off. Nice. Alright, back we go. More just for something to do than anything. We've got a bunch of parachutes left if we need them. I want to try and get to about 2 kilometers and even off. Into the Gungeon. I'm not a big fan of that type of game. Okay, nice. I want like some sort of Kerbal's return with word of new space agency willing to work with us or something like that. I'm wondering whether Yorloff is going to become part of our crew afterwards. The friendly AI, yeah, maybe that's worth a go. We'd have to figure out some way of enabling you to see my screen. I suppose we could do that over Discord. No, not but sure it is sci-fi. Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a look. Alright, we need to up our speed to ×3, and we're just going to kind of cruise along at this altitude. This should be like maximum speed altitude, as far as I'm aware. I don't think we're going to be able to do any better than this. Shots. Yeah, they do seem to be enjoying themselves. How far away is the end of the run? Not the runway, the desert. Can't really get any new game. That's fine, man. If we were going to get new games, I'd probably front that up. Slow back down, nose forwards a little bit, not quite that far. Oh, not ×4. There we go. That's still desert over there. We even go. I'm going south, man. I'm going south. Why am I going south? I need to go east. Going south because that's the direction the runway was pointed. Lol. And hopefully this sort of angle will point me where I need to be going. Okay, that's better. Across the ocean. Yeah, may have swung a little bit too far south, so the already slightly boring journey is going to be slightly more boring. That's fine. It should have its own waypoint. Anyway, let's come around here. Great waypoint. Activate navigation. Yeah, we're practically looking in the right direction. All the way down there, though. Okay, let's slow time down a bit. Turn the SAS off and back on again. Seems to be one of the best ways of just kind of like flattening your flight out, at least as far as I have discovered over time. Yeah, okay, so we've got a little 10-minute flight here. Should be fine. It's just basically to bookend the other part of footage we got from flying out here. That should be cool. One of the problems with doing any aeroplane flight is just the time. But we're moving at just under the speed of sound. Can't really do much better than that. Heading towards the sunrise, which is kind of cool. the sunrise that we've already watched with Jebediah. So getting to watch the same sunrise a couple of times, that's something nice. I wonder if we can make something like, how fast does the path of the sun trace its way across the surface of Kerbin? What speed am I travelling faster? Because obviously in orbit you go faster than the sun. You know, you get to watch it go up and down as you go around. Imagine if you have the power to neutralise relative motion. Or just look at something and go, I want to travel at the same speed as that, and then bam, you're travelling at the same speed as that. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. You'd pick like Andromeda. I want to go at the same speed of, whoa. You point at Neptune and go, how fast is that actually travelling? Whoa. Apart from it, you would then be like travelling really slow, right? But like relative to the Earth would just like shoot off. And then you'd begin your plummet into the sun because you're not going sideways fast enough. I mean, it sounds like a fun experiment, right? Okay, we got down to just under a kilometre before our natural tangential flight path started bringing us back up again. Should be nice and smooth a flight though. You pick the background radiation of the universe point of reference. Yeah, a lot of people try to say that that is the background reference, but you know, it's just one other thing moving. But the other thing to remember is the background radiation is also like moving radiation. It's traveling at the speed of light, right? Okay, can we nose down? Got to nose down. There. Maybe a little bit below. Oh, no, just a little bit. Not much below. There we go. Screenshot. Bam. Oh, no. Wrong one. Wrong one. Ah. Can we get it like this and like this? Oh, look at that. Oh, it didn't like me taking a screenshot. Maybe we'll try the other direction. We go here and like that one. Alright, nice. Good lookings. Nice. Okay, so I got worried when the plane turned all red for a moment. Oh, yeah, what that one? It's a little scary, but thankfully it was my own doings. Oh, we're traveling at normal speed. Let's speed that up. Don't want to travel at normal speed. Oh man, that would be super slow. Yeah, we should try and engineer some really nice screenshot moments for this. Imagine if YouTube decides to let you use GIFs as thumbnail. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, have a little animated thumbnail in the future. I think you've just like reached 5 years into the future and pulled back a little image there, buddy. Now, what crazy new piece of technology is going to happen that we just cannot see? So, like, what was I watching the other day? I was watching something that was talking about, like, past predictions. And they were like, if you go back and check, like, the telecommunication services, they were talking about, you know, this connected world. But they just totally didn't understand that we would have it in our pockets. Because why would you? Everything was, like, super serious, like, wire and, like, copper wire systems. And then suddenly we have everything in our pockets, and like that's the big technology that people kind of miss. And what do you reckon we're going to have in our pockets going into the future? Or what's the next level of technology that we just cannot even, I'm going to say cannot conceive with and then try and talk about it? Yeah. What's the next thing? What's the next thing that's just going to take the entire world by storm? I don't know. I don't know, because animated thumbnail, you know, that's pretty good, but I don't think that's going to be a take the world by storm type scenario. We're about to hit the floor too hard, aren't we? Let's try and pull up just a smidge there. Look at that. Okay, about that. That'll do. I've got the nerves. The nerves. This is where we build up our fastest speed. The lower down we can be, right? Another screenshot, by the way. I could see AI having some crazy applications that we don't see coming. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, the main thing is the fact that we're starting to leverage computation rather than logical systems. And by that I mean we used to program AI with the rules for something. So say, let's take AlphaGo for instance, right? We used to program AI with a whole bunch of like rule sets inside it. So it would be able to like try and figure out what moves were valid and maybe which move would be better to take overall. But the rules were in the AI. But now we don't do that. Now we just go, hey, look at the connections here. Look at the connections. These connections are good. These connections are bad. And then it just kind of like computes what the best system is. Now, where are we on the globe right now? Normally we're closer to land here. Okay, that's fair enough. An interplanetary cloud of nanites controlled by a single artificial intelligence able to answer any question that you can ever just shout or think about at the moment. Able to beam information directly into your brain with no delay. I mean, I think brain interface is probably going to be one of the things that, whilst we've been waiting for it, we're not actually going to see coming until it actually lands in our laps. Because we're always going to be like, oh, look how clunky this is. Look how clunky this is. Oh, it's really good. Well, yeah, it's gonna work like that. Much like prosthetic limbs and stuff like that. All the way up to 5 years ago, we were like, terrible people. Not terrible people. Isn't it terrible that these people have lost their limbs and we have to give them like terrible pieces of technology to like make do with? And then suddenly, one time, someone's like, yeah, I'm gonna run faster than anyone else on these little bendy bits of spring steel that I have attached to my legs. Isn't it better than what you've got? And you're like, oh no. Oh, when did that? Oh. Gonna get my legs chopped off now. When will the first elective prosthetic happen? Like when will the first person go in to have their leg chopped off and replaced? I'm sure it'll happen at some point. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Now that sounds like one of the endings from Deus Ex 2, a global AI directed direct democracy. I am waiting for the democratization of law to become a thing. So technically, you know, we have got democratization of law technically, but the thing is that we've got this extra person in between. Like we have to like nominate a politician to talk on our behalf. But like, why can't Cortina do that for me? Be like, hey, this one's important to you. You should give me your opinion on that. Or hey, that one is. When regionality disappears, yeah, that would be a good thing. When suddenly, you know, we're not. Don't do that. We're not arguing about like, you know, path of free trade because it wouldn't be a thing. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Sorry, it's quite relevant to my life right now for some reason. I'm sure you guys understand that. Now this flight is long. Deus Ex 2 had some really cool ideas. Too bad the game is awful. I mean, that's the problem with these like system-driven games. Is that they're pretty good, but and they almost always have great ideas, but the implementation. Okay, we should only be about 3 or 4 minutes off of landing this thing now. Of course, we're going to have to take a quick save at some point and try our best not to destroy the entire thing. I wonder if we can send an an engineer out with a bunch of tools to start breaking down these craft that have been abandoned, if you will. I have discovered that I am a furry in denial and I don't like it. That's an out. Did someone just prank you there? That is a confession. Have you tried out Alt F5? What, the alternate saving? Yes, I have. Thank you. I generally find one quick save is good enough for me, though. Mostly. There are definitely situations where I do need it, but this time not. Just don't end up on CSI episodes, you'll be fine, yeah. Oh, are we about to hit the water again? A bit hard. I don't know how to figure it. Ooh. Did you guys see that? Just like swoop. There it was again. When we do that, yeah, look, it's the near clip plane interfering with the water. That's really interesting. Okay, not quite what I was expecting, but it's a thing. It's a thing. All right, we are flying in on the coast of Woollypool. If anything, we're going to be coming in a little bit too far from the south, but we definitely work around that. My major problem, as always, is that I'm going to be coming in far too high. I need to one day figure out a perfect profile, but today is not that day. CSI has a really weird grade of furries. If I remember right, several episodes are about furries and are pretty happy to mock them. That's a shame. That's a shame. But I understand why people feel that furries are the ones to mock, because, like, you know, because it's an artificial thing and big inverted commas, then people are like, well, it's not my normal life, so let's ridicule it. But you know me. I try not to be ridiculing of anyone's lifestyle choices. But in this infinite universe we find ourselves in, any choice is a valid one, so whatever. I generally prefer it when people choose the non-standard option. If there's one thing I kind of one thing that I hate, it's people deciding that one form of life is the only way to go. Let's just pull up, shall we? That felt a little bit scary for the moment there. I felt like I was going to plough into a building side. A hillside. That's what I was worried about. Hillside. Hey, this is real speed. This is real time. This is nice. We are shifting at real time. Speed of sound is fast, Joe. Oh, we're a little 20 meters a second short. I'm happy not to be fine with Nambala. Okay. I'm not sure what Nambala is, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Artificial intelligence spread across multiple continents and the moon. I don't like that I'm being influenced by the internet. I mean, to be fair, the internet does have incredible sway over what we do and what we say and how we think. As much as we try not to let it, it still happens. Look at this angle that I'm coming in from. If anything, this shows you that, you know, straight lines are not straight on a globe. It's nice. It's nice. North American Man-Boy Love Association. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, let's not be fine with that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that one be like that. Okay, we're probably going to hit that mountain pretty soon. Pretty soon. Let's change our view angle to this one. Are we going to go up and over, or are we going to go round it? I think we're probably going to go round. You see this valley here? That's the one I'm going to hit. Triple speed might be a little fast to make those decisions. Be quite the hill turn for me to be fine with them. Yeah, well, there's a certain level of consent to that question, you know. I'm generally fine with whatever people want to do as long as everyone is consenting that is involved, you know. Alright, very close to landing, about 3-4 minutes out. Let's do a quick save, though maybe we're travelling a little bit fast for that particular quick save. No, we appear to be alright. Okay, so that's the island airfield. That's not what we want. We obviously want the KIS launch pad. Can we activate that navigation? Nice, okay. Let's pull pretty hard around this mountain here. And then we can trim back in the direction we want to travel. This is nice. Good, easy free flight. Got to line them up, start losing speed. The Japanese server wanted to leave because of that. I pointed out anime, so I decided to stay. I mean, to be fair, saying because anime is kind of like saying because cartoons. It's quite a wide range of media material, shall we say. Okay, I want to fly up and past this until this marker is much more lying onto the 90-degree mark. And it looks like we're going to have a perfect landing for a perfect end to the stream, hopefully. Just going to let a little bit of speed build up on the way over. I'm actually tempted to kill my engines at this point and glide in on it. Okay, let's try. Cut the engines. Get down close to the ground. Close to the ground business, pretty important. Wait. I got the wrong angle. I thought I needed to line these two up together, but actually, look, the runway just lines there, so I've actually gone too far, and this is where I want to be. How long should an AI stay in denial? Until he locates what the cause of the denial is and deals with that particular process. Probably not long. Those last 150 meters per second are definitely the hardest to break. Looking forward to the Jeb skip, but you're worried about the ending. Well, I mean, to be fair, the footage is there, right? Like, the ending is the ending. Gotta just live with it. We definitely need, you need to remind me to make an engineer seem dodgy so that we can send him out to be friends with Jeb, and then they'll start their own little thing over in the island airport. I think that's probably the best bet. Okay, I am super scared of this. We've got parachutes though, so I might very well drop them in a second. I'm worried that the snap will actually snap me in the wrong direction, but that should be fine. The arrow shouldn't be in the Nile unless it's waterproof. Classic jokes told well. Okay, I feel like I'm going to hit a building at this rate, so let's get down a little closer. A little closer. Bounced well. Let's up that reverse thrust, maybe pop those parachutes. Boom. Safe touchdown. Shut down all engines. Recover your loft. You don't want to be a ferry, but you don't think you can stop it. I mean, you know, shouldn't fight these things, man. If it's where you find yourself, it's where you find yourself. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next time when we're going to spend our massive 12 science points there, but mainly we are actually making a contract good. Let's have a look. Help scientists perform experiments at Kerbin's grasslands. But I'll see you then. when we're going to do that.